10 Kerbals stranded on Duna and 4 on Ike. Who can rescue it, Marvin or our viewer Natilus? Let's find out, but first of all, here are the rules. So every rescued Kerbal equals +1 point. If a Kerbal dies, that equals -2 points each. If you load up a quick save, that equals -1 point. And the first one to return to Kerbin gets +2 extra points. And if no Kerbals are returned, that equals no points at all, disqualified. So both contestants had 30 minutes time to build a rocket. So let's see how that plays out and who can handle the harsh environment of Duna better. But before we start, stay till the end. This mission won't end how you expected. But first of all, let's get to the building. So here we are. We have a lot of Kerbals to rescue, so let's just start with this, shall we?
Alright, let's get started with this build.
Then we need fuel. Oh, I need to go to Ike and to Duna. So my plan is to rescue all the Kerbal.
I want something that has a big payload. I forget the piece of the part is called. It's called a passenger module.
So my plan is to build a lander that can land on Ike and on Duna.
For the shuttle command pod. Parachute. We need to slow down in Duna's atmosphere. What I'm thinking now at this point is having a Mark III adapter with an engine plate and then having enough thrust to get us out of the atmosphere of Duna.
The strategy is to build a huge craft and hopefully go fast with it. Then we'll add just a huge rocket underneath it, and that's the whole strategy about it.
I'm gonna go with side fuel tanks for some extra Delta V. You know, I'm thinking we could just go with a plane.
Using this engine is also really cool. So let's just add those tanks here. We just need them to attach the landing gear.
Okay, if I want to land this thing, I am going to need some VTOL thrusters to land on Duna. So I will have to have this.
I have to build some fancy landing legs, I think. Just here. Okay, now I need a hinge. The biggest hinge.
I need to have some kind of way to couple and decouple this because this alone cannot get to Kerbin or Duna or whatever on its own. So I need a transfer stage.
And with this beautiful design done, we can add the rest of the rocket. What's with the heat shield though? It will come in pretty quickly. And we need to be very precise. Would wings be a good idea? Let's add some wings.
I also almost forgot something. How are the Kerbals going to get on if they don't have a ladder? Okay, I need a nuclear stage.
Okay, stabilizers are done, wings are done. Oh god, how should we launch this? I didn't even thought about that. Let's just try doing a big old fairing around it and then it should be okay. Ooh, that looks extremely nice, doesn't it?
I can't believe I almost forgot monopropellant. Because I am just that dumb.
Add a whole lot of boosters to it, with a whole lot, I mean a whole lot of boosters. And after adding the boosters, I thought it was time for a little test flight. What? What is happening? Oh god. Oh no. Good that I tested it. Come on.
I don't know if this is gonna... Well, our timer's up. So... this is what I have.
Oh god, it's calling me. Is it already so late? 3, 2, 1. Launch. Oh my god. Wait, what's the TWR in this thing? Oh god.
Did you not check it?
1.6. Okay. I just looked at it's over 1.
My first
Oh
stage
my god,
has,
the sound.
actually mine has a pretty good same amount of thrust to weight.
Oh
my launch sequence stage was very loud because I activated like a lot of this. Oh, don't tip over in the middle of flying. Please don't. But there are wings on the top of my rocket.
And there we were, both of us lifted off the surface gloriously towards the sky, awaiting the next burden of this flight, booster separation. Can we separate all of our boosters successfully?
Yep. Staging. Don't break. Uh-oh, only half of my boosters broke off. Okay.
It's such a weak rocket. I don't know, maybe break something.
Actually, I think that staging was a little bit better because they slid off a little bit easier.
Yep. According to Delta V readouts in the VAV, and you know how accurate they are.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm just gonna be stuck.
And with that, both of us have made it into low Kerbin orbit, and we can prepare for the next destination, which is Duna. So here we were, burning towards Duna. Everything looked fine, but then, on Natilus' part, everything went wrong.
Alright, fair enough. Oh god. Oh no.
What?
Oh no. I'm gonna have to load a quick save.
And after loading a quick save, we both were on our best way to Duna, but Natilus wanted to know it. He wants to be serious, he wants to win this. He went for a far more aggressive encounter than I did, which is an information which will be important later on because it will have consequences. And here we are, going to Duna, rescuing the Kerbals. But first of all we need to circularize, and here we see different strategies, because I first of all went to Ike, because I thought I could save fuel by making a gravity assist around Duna. And while for me this was pretty smooth sailing so far, nothing really extraordinary happened, I've done this all before, Natilus experienced the consequences of coming in really fast.
3,000?
Yo, what? You really
No, I'm gonna have to aero brake. I'm gonna have to aero brake. It's a good thing that I have an engineer on board, because I need to move my solar panels to somewhere where they're out of the way of the area of the heat.
And after reassembling the craft, he was ready to enter the atmosphere of Duna. So ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the most beautiful aero brake of the century.
Good that I can see.
Everything's overheating.
Oh no.
Actually, no, I don't know. I don't know what broke off. I think it was just the solar panels. Oh no, my wing broke off. That's absolutely not good.
Oh no.
Maybe I should have thought of a heat shield.
After the limited success of the aero brake, he tried engine braking, but also that failed because it just came in way too fast. Like, it tried braking, but you can see it just slid past Duna. So there was no other way for him to just go back all the way to Kerbin and start there.
Have you arrived at Duna already?
I think I might have to reload, before I left save.
But now, after flying back all the way from Kerbin, he managed to aero brake somewhat intact, and he actually entered a stable Duna orbit. Natilus is back into the game, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a complete win for me. I have to do something, and maybe I will lose, who knows.
It was a pretty hot re-entry.
Meanwhile, I was feeling victorious. I felt like I can't lose this competition now. My opponent is so many points back, so I just grab all the Kerbals on Ike was my plan. and here I am landing on Ike, and you can see the problem. I have too much fuel. I had to ditch a fuel tank that was almost completely full just so I can land. This will be a huge problem later on.
Oh, these landing legs work fantastically. Landed on Ike.
Then it was time to gobble up all the Kerbals like pawns in chess. And after chat packing around a bit, here is the first Kerbal in.
First one in, first point.
So now all I have left to do is put this Kerbal in, fly off to Duna and collect more Kerbals.
And first 4 points are in.
So then it was time to lift off of Ike with the 4 Kerbals on board and go to Duna and rescue all the rest and just fly home.
Oh god, I have a thrust to weight ratio on Ike of 12, almost 11.5. Wow, this looks cool.
So then we left Ike and the landing procedure for Duna can begin. First of all, getting into an orbit, aligning ourselves with the inclination of the Kerbals. I was confident in my Delta V budget. I still had a lot of Delta V left. I engineered everything, even though I had thrown away the fuel tank. I was absolutely confident. And now we can meet up back with Natilus, who is also doing the landing procedure at the moment.
Wow, turns out the wings are useless.
Wings on Duna are not very useful at all.
Wow, where the fuck are those Kerbals placed? Oh my god, this is like a difficult spot. Oh, I will never get this accurate. Yeah. And shoots out. Come on. Deploy. Fuck. Oh my god, I will have to walk them kilometers.
Bye, have a great time.
Break. Oh my god.
So all that was left to do was for me and Natilus to land on Duna. Sadly, my landing spot was absolutely horrible and way too far away, 4.5 kilometers away, and Natilus landed about 100 meters away, which was really good. So I thought flying over would be an absolutely great idea and nothing can go wrong. I also didn't repack parachutes.
Oh, I forgot to use the air brakes, can you imagine?
For whatever reason, my thrust audio is broken again.
Oh.
The same old bug that everyone hates.
Yeah. Had it multiple times. Okay, I will not have enough fuel for that. Fuck. Needed to load a quick save as well. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I will be here for days. You know how far I have to jet back to Kerbals?
Probably far, right?
Yeah.
Because you gotta land there.
4.3 kilometers.
But anyway, rather 4.5 kilometers off than that and not having enough fuel, I thought. And so I just used the parachutes to glide over and the jetpack. But after multiple successful Kerbals, a tragedy happened.
And I have to use some to steer because I lost my control surface.
Oh, a Kerbal died. Well, he's gone now. But I mean, he was old anyway. He had grey hair and stuff, so he had his life, I guess. Like I'm since 15 minutes trying to get the... A second one died. Okay, all the Kerbals are in. Hallelujah.
And after that, it was time to take off and take the Kerbals home. So let's look at Natilus takeoff first, because it's quite spectacular.
How much?
A lot.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get back into orbit. I don't know. I only have 270 meters a second left.
Here goes the second try with an epic liftoff. And then the main engines kick in. It really looks like a hard kick, but it's going, it's working. Can he get into orbit? Yes or no? Let's find it out.
No, I'm out of it. You can't get back into orbit?
Nah.
Uh,
I'm like so close.
And after realizing that he can't get back into orbit, or he needs to load a quick save from Duna orbit before the rescue, Natilus resigned the competition here. So let's look how my launch went. I mean, I only have to fly back and I win this thing. The liftoff went fine, nothing happened. I could even get into orbit with fuel to spare, but then I saw the next problem. I didn't have enough fuel to return to Kerbin from Duna orbit. I made it so far and I didn't have enough fuel, but I didn't want to give up. I had a plan.
Oh, wait. I will do weight reduction.
Weight reduction.
I'll just engineer everything away.
Just the Martian style, just get rid of everything.
Yeah, I've done it before on a dress mission and it works out pretty good.
So the next 5 minutes or so were spent recklessly taking apart the whole vessel, taking everything apart that has weight to it that isn't needed, transferring fuel, everything. Just everything that has weight and isn't completely needed needs to go away. But after that, I realized I still don't have enough fuel. And that is the point where I also resigned the competition. Yep, we've made it so far. Both players resigned, both players failed. 0 points versus 0 points. Nobody wins this competition. The rule says that if you don't return any Kerbals, you're disqualified. We are both disqualified at that point. I hope you liked the video. We will see us in the next one. Bye!